If the TARDIS dropped you in ancient Egypt and you saw somebody burning a symbol into an animal skin with a hot iron, what would you call that? Meanwhile, back in the TARDIS, there's a marketing team trying to figure out how to create and communicate the personality of their new sonic screwdriver brand to build customer loyalty and trust. What would that result in? Branding. Back in the day, it was more about knowing if somebody stole your cattle. Marking your property was a way of asserting your authority. Branding was also used by ancient civilizations to mark coins, seals, monuments, artworks with their distinctive symbols and names. In the Middle Ages, craftsmen and merchants used trademarks and guilds to protect their products and services from imitation and fraud. Over time, the term has expanded to mean a lot more than the mark that indicates ownership. Branding has evolved into a more sophisticated way of communicating value and reputation. Now, brand is your entire identity and your target audience's feelings about you. In the modern era, it's about the lasting impression that you make. In the 18th and 19th centuries, mass production of goods during the Industrial Revolution changed everything. With more and more products and companies in the marketplace, copycats and rivals become a lot more prevalent, which means you had to make your mark with more than a hot iron. Enter the trademark. In 1881, the first Trademark Act was passed by the United States Congress. A trademark equals the words, phrases, symbols, designs, shapes, and colors legally registered for use representing a company or product, which means as more products flooded the market, it became more important for companies to create advertising and marketing strategies to make their brand unique and memorable. As time progressed, radio, then television, then the internet, then social media radically changed how people consumed content. With each evolution, businesses had to adapt and expand the ways they told their story and sold their products and services. Companies had more ground to cover to reach an increasingly more diverse audience, an audience that has more and more avenues to talk back to the brand itself. People are having full-blown conversations with corporations on social media. The audience is no longer passive and communication is no longer one way, which means companies have to be much more intentional and willing to invest in designing more active and targeted content. It's not enough to just slap your logo on something. That logo had better be well designed. And if you need some assistance with that, ShySide.com is a great place to go. I know someone there. Brands have to be more authentic, transparent, and responsive. The relationship you build with your audience has to be more than just a transaction. If, and only if, you want actual loyal and repeat customers. Listen here. Your content and your experiences have to provide value to those you're trying to reach. Your visual brand identity is the toolkit designed to help you communicate the, hopefully, good work that you're doing. And you see all kinds of good work on this here YouTube channel. Like, share, and subscribe. One of the most popular and influential platforms for branding in the digital age is YouTube. YouTube has over 2 billion monthly active users and over 500 hours of video is uploaded every minute. YouTube is a platform for business, entrepreneurship, and personal branding for a lot of people. Most successful YouTube channels are not just known for their content, but for the personalities behind the content, because a lot of people become fans that way. The personality is a part of the brand identity, which includes their name, the logo, the intro, the outro, their style, their personal je ne sais quoi that they put on it. All of that is their brand. PewDiePie, the most subscribed individual YouTuber, has a brand identity that is quirky, humorous, and authentic. So authentic that 111 million people subscribe to watch his videos. Since his videos have a high average viewership, that gives him the opportunity to reach out for lucrative brand sponsorships and partnerships. Mr. Beast, one of the most viewed YouTubers, has a brand identity that's about being generous, adventurous, and extravagant. His epic challenges and stunts, his philanthropic initiatives attract and retain his audience. An audience that trusts him to the point where they support his other businesses as well. So how can you create your own brand? First, define your brand purpose, vision, mission, values, and goals. Answer these questions. Why do you exist? What is the impact you're trying to make? What is the problem you're trying to solve? What's the difference you want to create? Number 2, identify your brand audience, niche, and position. Who are you trying to reach? What are their needs, wants, preferences, and pain points? How can you help them? And how can you stand out from the competition? Number 3, design your brand identity. This includes your name, logo, color, font, style, tone, voice, personality. I do have some videos on this very channel that can help you with that. How do you want to be perceived? The how you want to be perceived answer is going to inform how you express yourself. So those two are aligned. Be true to what you're trying to build and be consistent and authentic in who you are. Number 4, create your brand content, which includes your videos, blogs, podcasts, social media posts, and other forms of media. What value do you want to provide? People have to get something out of what you're trying to put out there. It can't just be selling all the time. Gary Vaynerchuk touches on this a lot in his content and his book, Jab, Jab, Right Hook. That value can be educational, informational, entertainment, or all of the above. Number 5, promote your brand, which includes your website, email list, ads, collaborations, and other marketing strategies. How do you want to convert your audience to fans and customers? And finally, always evaluate your brand, which includes your analytics, feedback, reviews, testimonials. How do you measure your brand performance? Improve and achieve. If you're doing good work, providing good services and products, and you do all these things, you will build a strong and successful brand. Speaking of brands, take the TARDIS to this video where I break down my own personal brand.